beautiful glam gals, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a tutorial on just a fresh purple hue date night look. So if you want to, let's do it again. All right, today I am going on a date night with my husband tonight, and so I wanted to do a quick tutorial on a date night look. I am using these beautiful purple colors. I'm also going to rewind it and do a little bit of my skincare routine because I had a couple of questions concerning skincare and how to make your skin glow. Be sure to click that subscribe button, click the notification bell so you're notified whenever I post new tutorials, and I hope you enjoy the tutorial. So you are getting ready to see me without makeup. And 3, 2, 1. All right, so I have not done anything to myself today other than wake up. I have not washed my face, I haven't fixed my hair or anything. So Chris and I are going to go out tonight for a nice date night. We haven't done this in a long time. So I'm wanting to take my time in getting ready and getting the perfect look for tonight. One of the requests that I got on my Facebook group was, if you don't have time to do full face makeup and you don't even feel like putting on makeup, how do you still get a fresh glow? So today I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I am going to actually wash my face today and show you guys that cleansing and exfoliating your skin is so incredibly important to having a healthy glow, even without makeup. Because if your skin doesn't look good, your makeup's not going to look good. All right, so what we're going to start with is cleansing my face, and then I will slowly get ready. So starting off, I want you guys to see how dry and dull my lips are. Okay, so if you have small lips, which I do not, but if you have small lips and you're wondering how in the world do I get the fuller, luscious lips, exfoliate. Exfoliating is so crazy important, okay? I'm going to show you right now how just by exfoliating my lips and moisturizing them instantly makes them look fuller and more plump. All right, so you can use any sort of sugar scrub. You can even use sugar and honey will do the same thing. But of course, my favorite thing is Satin Lips by Mary Kay. So you start off with your little scrub here, and you just take a small amount, like a little dot, okay? And it tastes like Fruit Loops, but I wouldn't suggest eating it because when you're exfoliating, you're getting off dead skin cells, and that's kind of gross to eat that. So don't eat it. But what I do is I just do little small circular motions, or even like I'm brushing my lips. Now I've got my lips exfoliated. Now I just gotta take off the sugar scrub. And already I can tell that there is color to my lips that wasn't there, 2 minutes ago. Then we're gonna follow it up with some lip balm. Just take a small amount, rub over top of your lips. Now, check that out. My lips instantly look fuller and more plump, and there's color to them that wasn't there before. They don't look dry, they don't look cracked or anything, and all I did was took off that layer of dead skin that was just sitting there and exfoliated all that off, and then moisturized them with some lip balm. So boom, instantly plump lips. So if you have small lips and you're looking for something that's easy and not lip injections, then by all means exfoliate and moisturize your lips. So same thing goes for your face that it does with your lips. First we want to start off by cleansing our face. I just take a washcloth, and it's wet, and I just wet down my face. So I don't really scrub or anything right at this point. and then I use my cleanser. Right now I am obsessing over the Time Wise Repair. It is so moisturizing in the winter. It deep cleans. It also has powerful anti-aging benefits. The Time Wise Volume Foaming Cleanser, and I absolutely am in love. So I just take a little bit and I share it between my fingers, and I just kind of like dot it around. And whatever you do to your face, also do to your neck. All right. I'm then going to add a little bit of water to my fingers, just so I can get a nice little lather going. Now that I have a nice little lather, I get my my scrubby thing here. And you can see how that's not white anymore. That's got like a dinginess to it. That's really gross. That was on my face. Then I just re-wet my washcloth and lightly scrub off the excess. Something I didn't do and that I should have done was get some eye makeup remover and lay that on your lashes. Let it soak in for a few seconds and then gently swipe your eye. This will get off any leftover mascara or eyeliner residue. It also conditions your lashes and keeps them from breaking off. As you can see, I still had some mascara residue on there because I didn't do this last night. I just washed my face, went to sleep. I was tired. Something that I have been just concerned about here in the past probably year or so, because I'm getting ready to turn 40. I don't even like talking about that. But I'm getting ready to turn 40. And so I really want to work on my skincare, getting rid of any fine lines and wrinkles that I have, and I don't want any more to creep up upon me. Thankfully, I do have oily skin. So having oily skin helps with not getting wrinkles as fast. So I do thank my Indian ancestors who had extremely oily skin for passing that on to me. It's kind of a blessing in disguise, I guess, because having oily skin sucks some days. So anywho, totally got off on a rant on that. So because I'm turning 40 here in the next 2 weeks, I have really been stepping up my skincare game, really working on the anti-aging to keep wrinkles at bay and everything. So another piece that I use is this serum. It is the Advanced Lifting Serum. So I just take a couple of pumps of it like this, share it with my fingers, and I tap it into my face. I really want my skin to absorb it. And I also do a pump, just a whole pump for just my neck, because if y'all don't wash your neck and put anti-aging products on your neck will show your age quicker than anything. So whatever you do to your face when it comes to anti-aging products, do to your neck and chest. Because have you ever seen people who, like celebrities, their faces are gorgeous, they have great skin, one probably because they have plastic surgery, but they have great faces, and then their neck is just this wrinkled mess, and it's like, oh, I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want to turn 40. Oh. Okay, so once I get the serum on, I then, because I do have oily skin, I try to fight and get ahead of any sort of acne. I have my Pore Purifying Serum. It's got 2% salicylic acid in it, a couple of pumps, share with my fingers, and I press this into my skin just to combat any sort of pimples. Those are the two different serums that I like to use. I use these on pretty much a daily basis. I might not use the Voluform as often just because my face can get a little bit sensitive to the ingredients in it. It's so powerful. So I usually do it probably every other day. If I'm feeling like I'm looking on the wrinkly side, I might use it multiple days in a row, but because my skin is on the sensitive side with it, I do it about every other day. I definitely use my pore purifying serum every single day, twice a day, morning and night. All right, so after I put on my two serums, then I want to moisturize. It is so, so important to moisturize. Even if you have oily skin, it is so important to moisturize. Okay, so I just take a little bit of moisturizer, dot it around, remember your neck. And I've been training myself here in the past year or so to not so much vigorously rub stuff into my skin, but to really just kind of press it into my skin. I feel as though your skin only has so much elasticity, right? So if you're pulling and tugging while you're rubbing, see, like you're pulling the elasticity in it. So I feel like if I really press it, I'm not really pulling and tugging at my skin and stretching it any, but I'm really pressing that moisturizer into my pores. All right, and of course, last but not least, I have pulled the eye repair cream out. And what's the finger that we use to put on anything around our eyes? That's right, the ring finger. So I take my ring finger and I share the product and I lightly tap, okay? Anywhere I see that there are wrinkles, I even put on my eyelids because I want my eyelids to tighten up. After you get your moisturizer on there, any sort of serums that you might use, you really want to allow time for your moisturizer and everything to sink in. You don't want to immediately go in with foundation because then you're just kind of like not letting your skin really soak up the product. All right, so I like to give it a good like 20 minutes or so. I use the time after I wash my face to do my hair, get dressed, pick out outfits, whatever like that. So that is what we're gonna go do now. I'm back. All right, so I went ahead and did pretty much my entire face other than my eyes and my lips. Or I will do foundation tutorials and contouring tutorials separately some other time. So what we're gonna do now is I am wearing a black turtleneck. I want something very classic. And I love the color purple. So I figured I would put together a purple collection. So here I have these 4 gorgeous colors here. We have Biscotti, which is like a flesh tone. This is what I'm going to use to set my prime and also be like my brow highlight and my all over color, my base color. Here we have Soft Heather. It's just a very matte, very light purple color. And that is going to be our crease color. And our 2 accent colors here are going to be Sweet Plum. It is a shimmery purple, if you can see that shimmer in there. And then also Merlot. Merlot is going to be on the very outer triangle, and it'll be our accent color that we use for that, and also under eye. So I'm going to use all 4 of these beautiful purple colors and get ready for date night. So here we go. So I'm not going to use an eye primer, specifically an eye primer today. I am actually going to prime my eyes with my concealer and some translucent powder. So I'm just going to get my concealer that I used under my eyes. And here I have my concealer. I'm going to apply a little bit to my brush here. And we are just going to smooth this over our eyes. We want our eyes As you can see, my eye is a different color than my face, so I want my eyes to be the same color as my face. That way my colors will really pop whenever I put them on my eyes. Plus you want a nice flat surface. You want everything to be smooth, and you want your colors to just glide on. I'll then take my translucent powder and set my concealer. If you don't have any translucent powder, you can also use your base color, which is your like flesh tone color. The reason you set your concealer on your eyelids is because your concealer is a little bit damp and wet. So whenever you go in with your eyeshadow, as soon as you touch that dry powder eyeshadow onto something wet, that color is instantly going to stick, and then it's going to be really hard to blend out. So we want to set it, we want it all to be dry, we want it to all be smooth, and it'll really help your eyeshadow glide around. So I'm going to grab a clean flat brush. This is my concealer brush. This is the Smoothing Concealer Brush by It Cosmetics. So I'm going to take a little bit of my base color, and I'm going to pat it right in the center and all over my eyelid, all the way up to my brow bone. So keep that brush off to the side. We will definitely be coming back to this color at the end just to make sure that it doesn't get hidden by all the other colors. Alright, so then I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush. This is my Sigma E25 blending brush. I'm going to go into my crease color, which is going to be this soft matte heather color. And you want to pick up some on the end. You want to knock off that excess. And we want to start from the outside and work our way in. And I'm just going to put this right in the crease. And I'm going to do some swirl marks. And I'm also going to do some wiper motion. Okay, we're going to save this brush again because this is the brush that we're going to use to really blend all of the colors together, right? I'm going to go in with a little bit smaller brush. As you can see, this one isn't as wide and it's not as fluffy. It's a little bit smaller. This is the Sigma E27, and this is the detail blending brush. I'm going to go in with our first shimmer accent color here. This is the Sweet Plum. And I'm just going to grab some on the end, knock off the excess, and again, we're going to stay on this outside corner here and blend towards the center of the lid. I'm just doing little circular motions very lightly on my eye, and you can see that my eyelid has like a lot of skin, so even the lightest little touch to this moves my eyelid skin, so I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure at all on this. I'm just holding my hand at the very end of my brush and lightly doing little swirl marks, and I'm just blending in that color into my crease color and into the center. Oops. I totally told you guys the wrong color. This is Frozen Iris, not Sweet Plum. So sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into my fluffy brush, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of the soft heather, just a little bit, and I'm just going to use this to blend that Frozen Iris color into the center, really get those edges, and then also blend into that crease color. I don't want any harsh lines between all the colors that we've done so far. So I'm really using this brush to fluff out those lines, fluff out those edges. And if you feel as though you're getting your color a little bit too high onto your brow bone, It is totally fine. We can fix that later because I do feel as though it's a little bit on the high side. But like I said, I will fix that whenever I do my finishing touch. Now I'm going to go into my darkest color, and I'm going to use an even smaller brush because I want to be very precise about where I place it. I'm also going to walk my fingers up towards closer to the bristles because I want to be very precise about where I put this. I don't want this soft, I'm not blending it yet, so I want to be very precise about where I place it. I'm just picking up a little product on the end, I'm twirling it around in there, and then I'm knocking off the excess, and I'm coming in and I'm making like a V shape, okay, right here. And we want this bottom lash line to just extend up. So that is where I'm going to have the point of my V. I have the point of my V right here, and then I'm just coming down to the outer third of my lash line and bringing that down from the point. And then I'm also taking from the point in to the crease of my eyelid. Once you get the product placed, then I like to go back into that original fluffy brush that we started with and really diffuse the edges. So come around on the outside of the edges, and I do small swirl marks all around the outside edges of those colors. This is really blending out and making no harsh lines inside of my shadow. And you can even extend it onto the inside just to make sure all those colors blend nicely together. All right, so now we'll do the other side. Now that I have my darkest color buffed out, I want to keep this same brush and I want to put it into the soft heather right at the end, right at the tip. And then I want to come in here right into the lash line, on the bottom lash line, and really smoke out that bottom lash. From the outside, working my way in. Once you get that soft heather color under the bottom, then we're going to go back into the brush that we used to put on our darkest shade, the really small blending brush. I'm going to dip that very tip into my dark color again, and I'm going to do the bottom lash line again. We're pretty much doing the bottom lash line what we did to the top lash line, or top lash. Once you do the bottom lash line, I do like to go back in with just a little bit more of the darker color and go right here, right in at the bottom lash line. Or I'm sorry, the top lash line, right at the bottom. And I go about halfway in. And then, of course, I go back to my fluffy brush and I blend that out to where there's no harsh line in the colors. All right, remember when I said that if you felt like you went too high with your darker colors, or if any of this lighter shade on the inside got buried with the darker colors? Well, I'm gonna go back into that brush. I'm going to dip it into my lighter color here, knock off the excess, and then I'm going to come in right below my brow and pull it down and blend it into those darker colors right there. just to make sure that it's not too high. And then I'm also going to go in with a little bit on the inside right here, just to make sure that it didn't get buried with the other colors and that my inner eye really pops. Then, you know what to do. Go back to that fluffy brush and blend out those edges. Now I've got my eyelashes on. I do like to go in sometimes with an angled brush and my black liner. And I just kind of like get some eyeliner on the brush. If you have gel liner, this will work. If you use a felt tip pen, this will work. So I just go in there with a little bit of black and I touch it right there. Just to extend that line of that lash. All right, I don't do a whole lot of liner on the top just because I'm not a huge liner girl. Once I get my lashes on, I then want to take some mascara and meld my lashes in with the fake lashes. That way you can't see through them. If from the side people can't see that there's two different lashes. And really I'm just getting this on my lashes. I'm not really so much getting it on the fake lashes, which of course it does transfer onto those lashes. But I'm just getting it on my lashes, jiggling in there, just so I can meld my lashes into the fake ones. When I get my top lashes completed, I just go in and I touch the bottom. I'm not big on doing too much to my bottom lashes just because my bottom lashes are so long, and as soon as I get mascara on them, they immediately touch the top of my cheek, and then I'm left with dark circles and it's awful. So I just go in there and I lightly touch that outer corner of my bottom lash line just to complete the look, really. Now I am ready for my lip. Since my eyes are purple, I am going to go in with a medium nude lip liner, just medium nude. It's about the same color as my lips anyway. Using lip liner is important. One, if you have smaller lips, you can overline your lips a bit and give you the appearance of fuller lips. Two, it also holds in your lipstick. It's almost like drawing an outline, like a flood wall, and you're drawing this line of your lipstick cannot extend past that. So as you get older, I'm sure you learn So the reason to use lip liner on your lips is So use lip liner on your lips for two reasons. One is if you have a smaller lips, you can overline your lips just the slightest, right in the center part, and you will appear to have fuller, more plump lips. Two, you're mainly using it so you can keep your lipstick inside of your lips and it not feather into the fine lines around your lips. So use lip liner for those two reasons. And also use lip liner to just add a pop of color. If you just want to throw on some lip liner and a little bit of lip gloss or chapstick or something like that, that just adds color to your lips. So I've got a color here that is pretty much the same color as my lips. I'm just going in, getting hairs off of it. Going in and accentuating my Cupid's bow. And then I follow my line down. Look in the mirror straight, make sure I'm even. Come down here. Follow the line. And then I use it just a little touch, and I just kind of like fill in. Okay, so if you saw how I filled that in, I made the duck face, kissy face, and I drew lines down. So this is giving your lips the depth. Just think of makeup from beginning to end is all contouring and highlighting. So I just contoured my lips with my lip liner. Now I'm gonna throw some lipstick over top of it. And you can still see those contour lines that I made in my lip liner, even though I have lipstick over top now. And it just gives dimension to your lips, okay? Then finish it off with some setting spray. And girl, you are ready for date night. Yes! All right, ladies. So if you have any questions, let's do this again. All right, so if you have any questions, just feel free to drop a comment below. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. Click that subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever I post my latest tutorials. All right, so again, thank you guys so much for supporting me in this new endeavor. Like I said before, this is only my third video using this editing software and my camera and everything. I'm so not used to being in front of the camera. I'm so used to being behind it, taking pictures of my awesome models and my seniors and my teens. So being in front of it is a bit intimidating for me, but I'm actually loving the feedback that I'm getting from everybody wanting to know this or wanting to know that, or whatever your questions may be. So just comment below, tell me something that you want to know about me, or something, how you do something or other, I don't know. Now I'm just rambling, and I can't wait to do another tutorial. I have no clue what it's going to be about yet, but more than likely it's going to do something with contouring, or maybe even eyebrows. I've been having some people message me about eyebrows. And now I'm going to quit rambling. And thank you guys again for joining me tonight, or today, this morning, I don't know, whenever you're watching this. All right, if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you later.